I was talking about how I recently talked to my good friend, Mr. Girl, Max Carson.
Yeah.
He's always a huge favorite.
He's a fan favorite. Everybody likes him, and he never has anything controversial to say. Okay, so I'm talking to him. I like to catch up. You know, he follows the same kind of internet drama as me, and somehow we land on the topic of Nick Rekieta.
What?
Man, yeah, I don't know how that came up.
Wait! What happened?
Well,
Why don't they just leave Nick alone? Why doesn't
every-
everyone just leave Nick Reka alone?
Well, we're just having a discussion, just a friendly discussion.
Yeah.
Talking about some recent news.
Uh-huh.
And the recent news, according to a certain, was this a leaked document that came out? All right, it was a leaked court document that they tested. Of course, Nick Reka has been arrested for, supposed possession of drugs.
Yeah.
And they tested him and his children for drugs. And he's got what, 4 kids?
5.
5. Yeah.
5 kids. All right. So this test, I say, if I had to batting average, first kid, good. Second kid, good. Third kid, fourth kid, all good. Fifth kid's got a bunch of cocaine came up in the toxicology report. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing is you go, well, how does this child have cocaine in their system? Because what are the possible explanations
Not
for
just
how that would happen?
shit
A lot.
Yeah, like a lot. Like the amount in them
Like a
would
weekend user.
potentially,
Yes.
like an actual cocaine user's amount of cocaine
Yes.
in the system.
Not one time
multiple,
cocaine user.
yeah.
And
multiple days per
I'm
week.
talking to Max, and I'm going, well, I just, I can't imagine how this would happen. You go, well, it's Occam's razor. He probably, gave his kid cocaine. So my problem is Occam's razor. The idea that the
I do really hate Occam's razor.
Occam's razor. Where I went.
You know what the simplest explanation is? No one fucking understands what Occam's razor is.
Well, that's kind of the problem.
That's the simplest explanation.
I said I don't think the simplest explanation is that this, millionaire lawyer YouTube Rumble star guy said, "Hey, why don't I just for no reason give my child
one of them,
the
middle one,
cocaine?"
Yeah.
And then, I hope Mr. Girl doesn't mind me relaying this. He says, well, maybe the kid was like a little lethargic, or he gave the example of.
I love this theory. I love this theory, by the way. That he self-dosed his kid.
This is the least amount of
This is the one I love, though. No, this is the one I love.
This is
Dr. Rekieta decided to give his 9-year-old daughter cocaine.
That's the simplest
like
explanation.
in a large
obviously.
amount,
That's
too.
the simplest explanation.
Yeah, every weekend.
Yeah.
He gave me
Because anybody with a coke habit, it's always I have too much coke. Here, I got to get rid of some of it.
He gave me the example of, let's say the family took like a trip, like a vacation. They go to like a Disney World.
Want to amp the kids up
Well,
before
there's
they get
always
in the
like
car.
that one kid who's like, I don't even want to go to Disney World. This sucks. And like,
They're not gonna like it more when they're fucking high on cocaine.
well, you put a little bit of cocaine in their Mickey Mouse ice cream bar, and all of a sudden you're having a great family vacation.
Why?
And I don't know. I said I don't think that's Occam's razor. I don't think that's the simplest explanation.
That's so many new variables, Mr. Girl.
I don't remember if
It's not the simple. It's not the shortest. Like
No.
the least amount of words. It's the least amount of variables that you're introducing.
Well, I'd like to real quick, for those of you who don't know, Occam's razor is, again, the problem-solving principle that recommends you should search for an explanation constructed with the smallest possible set of elements. Good example would be a botched drug test.
Test is bad.
The test.
You see, there's no new elements. The test right there is bad. Do it again.
That's a pretty simple answer. So yeah, right now we have a lot of people on the internet whose Occam's razor seems like an elaborately constructed scheme. Again, for no meaningful reason that anyone has ever. Have you ever heard of a family that's like, hey, why don't I give my kids some cocaine?
No.
Like,
That's
even,
what-
this has never happened as far as I know.
Me either. That's what I'm saying. I've never heard this
No.
put forth in the history of the world.
I've seen the videos of like poor people blowing marijuana smoke in their baby's face, and everyone gets mad about that. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like I could see how that would happen. But I
Yeah.
can't imagine you doing a reel of coke and you see your kid and you just like, I don't know, make a snowball and throw it in
Every
their
weekend.
face. Every weekend.
Every weekend.
Well, the amount in the system.
By the way, were the kids hungry or are they coked out of their minds?
Maybe,
I thought
yeah,
I thought the lady said the kids were complaining about being hungry. Never once have I done a rail and go like, man, I could really famished. I could go for a fucking snack.
it is a bit of a contradiction there. So yeah, you get a lot of guys who they think they're real smart. And actually, one of these guys, not to get into the religious stuff too much, but a lot of religious guys will use Occam's razor, where it's like, well,
God.
that's just God.
Just the way
God
everything
did it.
How does everything exist? It just does.
And you
Occam's
say-
razor.
and
That's
you
the
go,
simplest
that's
explanation.
Not Occam's
That's
razor.
not an explanation.
That's the most complicated fucking thing you could ever. A magic guy exists, and he did all of this for some unknown metaphysical reason. That's not simple at all. That's very complicated.
How? Still, how?
Yeah.
That makes raises so many more questions.
But anyway, I do think that this is a situation.
The
that
test is bad. Well, they
Yeah.
would have done it twice. Did they? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there
Okay,
you go.
well then.
And they will do.
Let's wait
they
and
will,
see. Yeah.
Aren't they going to do a follow?
Well,
I would
I would
imagine
suspect.
you can demand a follow-up
Yeah.
test. And
Why
go,
would the government do 2 tests? They got the answer they wanted,
Can
which
you-
is
Yeah.
you that we're trying to bust for cocaine, and maybe we searched you illegally, and
Right.
you've been embarrassing us this whole time. One of your kids' tests turned out to be positive for cocaine. We're done. That's it. Now this is the best way we can fuck you over. The government stops when they have it what they need to fuck you over.
Yeah. I mean, it's also one of these things where I think
Everyone's acting like they've never paid taxes before. Like,
Ryan.
what do you mean the government wouldn't fuck you over? What do you think you're paying taxes for?
Also,
they just pocket that money.
If the government wanted to fuck you over in the cleanest, simplest way possible, you just go, well, he hurt his kids.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everybody online, you know, goes like, oh, well, I can't. Rekieta had, what do you call it? Fucking Vic Lasagna go, I cannot associate
I
with,
can't fucking believe that.
I can't associate with Nick Reka. I'm like, weren't you falsely accused of a bunch of shit?
Yeah.
Like, how do you not get that it goes both ways, cocksucker? What the fuck? Edward
Well, yeah,
Eldridge?
but I didn't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
cool.
shit, you dick-brained idiots. What the fuck do you think?
That's some real snake in the grass shit from Vic. That's real bad.
Real cocksucker.
It's,
now I'm glad that he owes them like $500,000
Well, I
or
don't know.
whatever it
That's
is.
still
Fuck Vic.
pretty fucked
fuck
up,
Vic.
but-
How about that?
Hashtag
Hashtag
Vic.
fuck Vic. Fuck
he's
you,
got
Vic
some
Lasagna. How about that? You.
I can't believe
What did he do? He molested that
yeah.
fat chick? What did Vic Lasagna do? He felt her up like a fucking beanbag? Is that what he grabbed her hair? That fat bitch's hair?
Yeah, Monica Real, right? Were those the
The
allegations?
court
Yeah.
this isn't
She's a
defamation because the
porker.
court
She's a
agrees with me,
porker.
right?
Yeah.
All I know is,
He's a big Christian too.
yeah. Well,
Why
that's-
is he?
All
I
he
mean,
needed to do was say,
That's
look,
not an insult to Christians, by the way.
No,
I'm just
no.
saying like he stole it.
is.
he should believe in the good in people.
Right.
The worst
well,
thing is,
or
he
at
didn't-
least give the guy a chance to.
Yeah.
Why did they
present
have
a
heaven if they
defense?
all have to jump down at Nick's throat like on Earth?
Plus, I just don't believe the 9-year-old had fucking cocaine in their system. Like,
No.
it doesn't make sense.
Well, again,
it doesn't make sense to me. If it'd been
No.
the teenager, I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe like that. But it seems fishy as fuck.
Yeah.
If they prove it's true, if they retest, you know.
But then you'll ask what
but
they think happened. It's like, well, maybe they went into his closet looking for candy, and they saw and they thought it was pixie sticks dumped all over a
Occam's
mirror.
razor, bro.
Occam's razor. And you're like, no, that's not what that is. That's like convoluted out of your fucking mind. Occam's razor, man. Occam's razor. All
You
of
know,
those.
if a kid sees like a bunch of pixie stick lying around, they're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah. I need pixie
And
stick
they
off
go,
the
"Why-
fucking ground.
Why does this taste like copper? I better keep eating it.
Why does it smell like gasoline?
Yeah. Well,
Kids are notoriously not picky at all when it comes to something that will make you vomit the
Yeah.
second it gets anywhere near your face.
I still, if I was in a situation where cocaine exists, I go, oh, that's going to taste terrible. You know, I still might do a little bit, but it doesn't have a good taste.
Am I sure it's not pixie sticks?
Yeah.
This is drug
let me
dummy.
sniff it to find out.
People who've never done drugs before just watch on TV like, yeah, you do cocaine and then you like go bananas. You're just like totally crazy.
Anyway, Occam's
You don't think a little
razor-
girl's plowing through lines every?
Well, I mean, that is
every
a very
weekend?
simple explanation. It makes a lot of sense.
You don't think a hardcore drug addict could spot a little kid on a bunch of cocaine?
The worst part about this is like the people who are reporting it know that like all of this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The amount of like
The
lying,
quartering that fat bag
the
of
amount
shit.
of lying to stupid people, you know, like I
Yeah.
see Yellow Flash like tweeting, and he's like, you know, I've lost all faith in humanity, and I'm like, shut the fuck up,
Jesus Christ. Please smite Nicholas so I can
Yeah.
have more super chats and ad revenue. If a guy that's bigger than me goes down, then 4 of us move up.
It really comes down, man. They're mad at him for a
clout.
lot of stupid stuff.
Because he's better than them. He came back. Did you see him come back?
I saw him come back.
That was fire.
At first, I was like, I even said on Twitter, I didn't think he should
He should do it.
Yeah, I was like, don't do it, man. Oh, man. And they just dropped it. They timed it perfectly, honestly.
When you say they, who do you mean? Isn't that odd?
It seemed.
Isn't that odd that
it
somebody
originated
walked in?
on Kiwi Farms.
Yeah.
They walked into the county courthouse
Somebody
with
did.
the file number. Somebody did.
Isn't that peculiar?
Yeah, and that somebody happened to be, possible somebody happened to be on air at the time.
Oh, you mean
news
Aaron?
started. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Somebody knew that number.
Yeah.
And they went in there.
Somebody knew the case file number, and they were able to go to the law clerk or whatever.
Yep, to a case that was supposed to be sealed, but it wasn't because they were trying to railroad him. Everybody in that.
Well, you would have to have the
fuck
motion
Nick
to
over.
seal, probably. I mean, you would think they would get it, but it might not technically
You'd
be
think.
illegal to leak it now.
But it turns out when everybody's working together,
Yeah.
you don't have to have a conspiracy. Everybody's just working together to fuck over one guy, and their actions all kind of are they add up.
And regardless of what you think, I mean, it's pretty fucking dirty to do that to the kid, right? I don't think the test is accurate. It just seems fucking crazy to me. I could be wrong if I'm proven wrong. Backup test. I'll come out and say that. But
I wouldn't take a backup test. Anything could set that shit
But
off.
yeah, well, I'm just saying if
Poppy
I'm
seeds.
proven wrong,
I
I'll
loved
eat those
poppy
words.
seeds as a kid. I was a big poppy seed guy.
But man, the way they leaked that, to me, I mean, it kind of just adds to the narrative.
It
of,
does.
Of like, wow, they're really trying to fuck.
They're
this
trying to
guy.
fuck him over.
Yeah, it's like whoa,
Yeah.
because they
Right
didn't
before his
redact
big
any
comeback.
of the kids' names. Like they had their names and birthdays, and it's like, really, like this needs to be out there and attached to their fucking real life names for forever. And they could have easily redacted this document too. I mean, I don't know. And then the same people would say, Rekieta, man, bad, right? Rekieta's got to go to jail for life. They're fine with this info being out there. They don't care. I mean, I can't see how's that for the benefit of the child in any way whatsoever. And there's speculation if you read the document that the children might be split up and they're putting them into official
really?
foster care.
I don't know why they can't just go to like the grandparents, or maybe the grandparents.
Well,
don't
yeah,
wanna
well,
take
they
care
don't
of them.
do it like that. We talked about this last
You
night.
hear a weird hum? Like a...
Be quiet. Yes.
Oh shit!
What is that?
Razor, great problem.
The simplest explanation is that the little girl did the blow and then reported
her
herself.
parents. Yeah.
I saw
exactly.
that. I mean, it clears Nick Reka though. It was obviously the 9-year-old girls, right?
Anybody, maybe the pastor gave it to her just to fuck with Nick.
What if somebody did give it to her?
Yeah, what if somebody at the church is like,
Really?
here's the easiest way to get Nick is we sneak a little cocaine into her system, report him for child neglect. This is an Occam's razor right there.
I'll tell you what, that
Dude.
that Aaron guy is fucked up.
Well,
He's a guy who put his hot young wife within grabbing distance of Nick Rekieta. Right?
yeah.
This is for a chance at internet fame. Right? This is a guy who's deranged in the head.
I don't know.
What are you afraid of him?
No, I'm just saying it was weird because the other
Very
day,
weird.
The other day I was thinking about the Nick Reka situation. I went, wait, what if somebody else gave his kid the drugs? I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, that's definitely not an Occam's razor situation. That's definitely
Well,
a
he
convoluted.
admitted- wait.
That's Occam's razor.
He admitted
He's not
to
a
wait. He admitted to preparing them food.
I know. I'm
He's
like,
talked about giving them
Giving them
SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
And
Maybe they were
I mean,
cocainios.
that's right. Maybe it had a little extra sauce. Maybe there was a reason she kept asking for seconds, right?
these are really good, Uncle Aaron. I know they are.
They're very sweet, aren't they?
He's on record saying it.
Look, I'm not going to accuse Aaron Imholt of giving a child drugs.
I'm not accusing him. I'm not
I
accusing
know.
him.
We're
I
not
haven't said
doing
that.
We're none of us are
But
doing
he's
that.
he's admitted to feeding the
It
children.
would be interesting.
He's
in a
admitted
bad
to feeding
way.
the children.
He's admitted
He's
to
clearly a
feeding the children.
deranged individual who would do anything for fame.
Well, I don't know.
I want to be famous, but not that bad.
I think
Why don't you bring
poison a child with
Why
cocaine.
don't you bring
No,
your
I
wife
believe
over?
that, yeah.
Nah, thanks.
Nah.
I'm good.
it's a very strange situation.
Damn.
It's all
He
Occam's
was,
bring
did
my
you
wife
see the
over
clip? Did you see the clip of him raging about her new profile picture?
No.
Oh man, I'll see if I can find the link. Here in a
Wait,
second.
is it April's new profile picture?
Yeah. She's looking all sexy on her new profile picture. And,
What's your impression of Aaron? You think he can slip cocaine to a kid?
I mean, he's obsessed with
SpaghettiOs?
this thing like every single day. Like, I don't hate the guy, but I think he's typecast himself now.
Do you think he's
where-
a good broadcaster?
No. No, I wouldn't say so.
That might work in the small town radio market that he used to be a
It was
radio
the
guy.
155th ranked market. I mean,
Was it? It's not a big market.
Have you heard his Jiminy Glick impression?
Oh, stop.
no,
with
wait, I
this.
haven't seen that.
He talks like
You have
this.
to
is
see him
the-
review this picture, by the way. Like, literally, I have to find the clip.
Okay.
Like, because he loses it. I think it might be on our list of clips.
You don't want any more? You don't want one more beef? What's one more beef? Come on, we got
Yeah,
everybody
fuck
on
it.
there.
I'm still. I'm not friendly. He follows me on Twitter.
Aaron?
Yeah.
No, he
You
followed
want crack
me
I
on
his
went
Twitter.
on his
ex-wife,
show.
is
I think
that-
you went on his show
Yeah,
immediately
yeah,
after
yeah,
me.
we both went
talked
on.
to him.
He came
Oh,
on my
you guys
show,
are
too.
allies.
I don't look. I don't know. I think he's
He needs to answer the cocaine spaghetti.
I think he's a doofus.
challenge.
I don't think he's a criminal
He has to answer the
mastermind.
cocaine spaghetti allegations.
You know.
Now, though. I feel like I'm cool with him, but like I
think
have to hear the truth one way or the other about the spaghetti cocaine.
Yeah.
I think he got
Allegations.
cucked by Nick Reka. I think he got tricked. And out of respect, you know what?
You think he got tricked?
You think he got tricked out of his
Well,
wife?
I think it was like one of
He's
these.
like, wait, this is my dick.
I mean, it was like one of these situations where it's like, "Hey, Aaron, I'm gonna fuck your wife," and he's like, "Oh, I don't like that." It's like, well, you can fuck mine, but he didn't realize that at the end of it, Nick gets both. You know? It's like you could play my Nintendo, but at the end of the day, I get to take the Nintendo home. It's not as much fun. I get both Nintendo. You can play
I'm
my
gonna fuck your
Sega.
Nintendo.
I'm gonna play your Nintendo. Let's swap our systems.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you have Nick got the Nintendo and the Sega, and that's not fair.
That's its own kind of hell, though, man.
Having two game consoles, it's hard to split your time.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go. Yep. Oh no!
Mario and Sonic can't be friends. It always goes south. All right, that's my problem.
Occam's razor.
Why do people not realize that you shouldn't talk to the cops? How has this not become the most obvious? We still have people going right now going, why won't Nick just submit to a drug test and talk to the
Why
cops?
doesn't
tell
he
them everything?
apologize?
Why doesn't he just let the cops into his house and they can look at all his stuff? And you're like, you really can't figure out why that would be bad for him.
He
You can't-
invited the public, the CPS.
Yeah, they
people
did
in.
come in just next to the
okay.
bedroom.
He was trying, and then they said, so this is funny. He was calling them to say, like, come into my house. Please come over and verify that this is not
That's an unsafe place.
crack house
Yeah.
and everything. This is like
Yeah.
a very wealthy house. There's tons of food here. And they ignored his calls, and then they showed up right before he had to go to his to some hearing.
So that he couldn't
And he's
be
like,
there.
I got 4 minutes. You guys, I'm gonna let you in. Come back anytime. I've been calling you all day to do this, but I gotta go. We gotta go. Like, we have to go. So then they went to court, and the lady said he refused us access to his. That's the level. Just that story should tell you everything you need to know about this
Yeah,
case
it's
and the
collusion.
people involved in it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Figuring
because
out-
everybody, the detectives are working on her like that. They're probably in cahoots with Aaron because they know. I mean, there's no reason for them not to be, right?
Yeah.
And nobody hates nobody hates Nick more than Aaron.
Is
right
Nick
now.
calling them or is he emailing them? I hope there's a record of just like, here's me trying to contact you to set this up. You know,
But that's not how that's not how court works.
There's phone records too, though. I mean,
I'm just
When
saying.
you're fighting when it's a civil case and you're like suing somebody for slander,
Mm-hmm.
right? Both of you say this is my side of the story. The other guy says this is my side of the story. Then you argue. When it's the government makes the case, and anything you say, you're not making a case against the government. You're making a case that the government's wrong. They haven't proved it yet. They haven't proved it. So you can't say shit. It's fucked, but you can't say shit. It's very people on the internet are used to civil cases where it's just two, but it's very different.
well, when
It
your
fucking sucks
fucking
for him.
freedom's on the line,
Yeah.
But potentially criminal told me, I don't, all this sort of
I
things.
can't fucking wait. Is that Sean?
Yeah, that
I
big fat
can't
guy.
wait till that guy has a heart attack.
I don't
I'm
think-
gonna work out more just so I can outlive that guy.
I mean,
so I can jack off on his obituary.
what's
you know?
out of all the fat guys?
Nick Reka
Out
told
of
me
all
it
the
was
fat
legal.
guys, he's the one. Out of Gator, out of PPP, out of all
He's
of them,
fatter.
I go, ooh,
He's fatter than fuck. man.
he's boogie sized.
He's boogie sized.
He's boogie sized.
He's boogie sized.
That should be an official term for fat guys. Like on the BMI scale, morbidly obese, boogie sized.
well, we supposed to be talking to Nick Reka on his first exclusive interview. Now he's going to do some
giving you
streaming
the
on his own.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Wow, that's big of
What are
him.
you gonna ask him?
Well, some things he won't be able to talk about.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff. He can
But
talk about.
I'm sure there's some he will be able to. And then
Yeah.
Here's
I want to
yeah.
get a feel just of like a Barbara Walter style, I guess, interview, right?
Yeah.
Just like go behind the scenes of kind of what it's been like, and
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, the thing I think I want to hear Nick
And there's
speak
certain
on-
things, you know, you have to ask, you know,
Yeah.
whether they can talk about it or not. Wants to.
Well, I don't know if he talk about anything related to his case, but I'd like to hear what he thinks about all these traitors and snakes that have come out of the woodwork to try and destroy him.
But what about Camelot?
Has Camelot said anything?
Yeah, well, he said he believes the drug test, and like, you know, he can't defend that. And he's been making all these videos talking about, you know, my conversations with Nick, and you know, I've had a few back and forth in DMs, but I haven't, you know, publicized
Camelot,
anything.
look,
And he's making these videos, and it's like, oh well, I can't defend this now. You know, she's got this drug test. And first off, you know, you can just not talk about something as well, right? You don't
Always an option.
You don't have to have a position.
Everybody,
on something.
I just want you to let you know. I want to let you know. I can't defend this. I can't defend this.
very brave stance.
Yeah.
Very brave.
Your short sight's the way, Camelot.
Well, there's
what
a lot
a
of-
brave stance you took.
It's the same with Vic. Vic didn't need to say anything. He could have said, you know, I know he arranged to go on Alex Stein, but he should have said, you know what? I think this situation is too sensitive for me to get involved.
Yeah.
And I just want to say I hope everything works out for Nick and his
Exactly.
family.
And personally,
That's it.
I just don't believe
I'm concentrating on my NASCAR stuff right now. I can't pay attention to it.
You
I don't
know.
know. The courts will work it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Courts will work it
exactly.
out. He's a
Yeah.
very good friend of mine. I think he's a good guy. I don't know what happened. The court's going to work it out.
Once
I
Camelot,
like
There
Camelot.
it is.
I like Camelot, but man,
Yeah, but he
I
said that, like the video, I watched it yesterday.
No, I saw the
before
video
flew in,
title too,
I was
and I'm like, oh, come on, man.
I mean, I won't say I cover drama, like, so we've exploited it from the fact that we've covered it as much or more than anybody.
Right, I mean, we talk about it on this show. People told us we did one show about
but
it.
But, like, to me, he's exploiting his friendship with Rekieta for these videos, and then this bad piece of news comes out, and all of a sudden it's, oh, I can't defend Rekieta. I can't defend Rekieta now, right?
Yeah.
So I guess just that's my issue with it. It's lame.
I don't think, well, that's the thing. Like, we did one show. We did a show the night Nick got arrested or whatever.
Well, yeah, of course, we all had to cover it.
Yeah, well, that's
and,
what I
you
don't
know,
understand. They're like, oh, what good friends. And I'm like, if we didn't say
but
anything, you
I
guys would be...
100% defend Nick.
Yeah.
I know. I believe for a fact
You
that
spent
he's
the
innocent.
episode saying,
I'll just say
like,
the more I see, the more it smells like a bit of a setup, honestly. And so does that mean, you know, you can't have some critiques of you know, stuff he's done, or should he have been rolling so deep?
Okay, here's-
allegedly.
I don't care about any of it.
But like,
I think he's
the
innocent.
way they leaked this report, the way things are being released through the
it's
media,
total
they're trying to
fucking-
poison
they're
the
trying to
jury
sandbag
pool.
him.
And you know, I see this 9-year-old with supposed like 5,000 nanograms. Or
Why was this
kilograms, like-
report possible
Yeah.
to be leaked?
with
Why
the little girl's name in it, and his whole family, all the kids, all their birthdays. I mean, the kids have been split up and they're being put into foster care. I mean, is that really better? Even if Nick Reka was snorting up half of Colombia. Is that really better for a 5-sibling unit that's been together their whole lives to be in a fucking foster care than some
Yeah.
guy who snorts a little cocaine? Allegedly, if that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
The real lesson I take away from this is, you know, sometimes, I don't know if you guys have this, but you go, you know, what if I lived in like a small town? Just a
He
little
should have moved
tiny
out of that
place in
fucking
the
town.
woods.
Like, that's
And now
true,
I went,
but-
oh, that's why you don't do that.
Yeah, get the fuck
You
out of that
cannot
town.
live
Small
in a small
town.
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
All it needs is a handful of psychopaths who don't like the way you're living your life, and they can just destroy you at any
Cops
point.
are bad, man. Cops are real.
Small town
real bad.
cops who have never run into the idea
That's
of
where I'm
like
from.
any
West
fucking
Memphis.
oversight.
So I lived in West Memphis. Memphis
Yeah.
cops didn't give a fuck. Like, people going around smoking weed, like, they're
Right.
worried about murderers and shit. But
Yeah.
in West Memphis, you know,
They
it's
got
all
nothing to
petty
do.
shit. They
They
got nothing to do, and it's all petty shit.
And they're all
they'll
in bed
fuck
with each
you up.
other.
They're all in your business. There's all kinds of petty gossip all around town. That's
Yeah.
what small towns are. And
The
you know,
CPS
some are
lawyers
beautiful.
are all
Yeah,
being
yeah.
paid by the
People
government
who
to-
aren't from these towns don't understand, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, and rumors get started that aren't true, or did you see so and so here? And then piss off some county officials, piss off some judges, and you'll find out how quick your life can just get
Not
totally
even piss them
fucked.
off. Like, do something. Okay, let's say, again, alleged, you did some drugs. And it's the kind of thing that it's like, it's not bothering anyone. It doesn't hurt
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm
anyone.
for drug legalization anyway.
And it's just like,
but like,